I feel a little bit like Sinead O'Connor, like the floating head video. Black on black. Whatever. I don't need $1 million set for $1 million point. I have a lot of qualms and gripes in general, but when it comes to the beauty industry, I think one of my biggest concerns is the lack of information available to consumers about acne products. I have struggled with acne in the past. My skin has improved dramatically, but I had to educate myself a lot aside from doctors and actual professionals, not just fucking know-it-alls like me. But cut to the point, Tori. I know that a lot of people have skin concerns, and I just wanted to kind of elaborate and teach you some of what I know and try to at least skim the surface. I think we all want perfect skin and flawless, but those words are shitty words. They describe something that doesn't exist. They describe an ideal that takes like programs to master, and I don't know why we let ourselves get wrapped up in that. But to get to the point, I know that there's a lot of different causes to acne, and ultimately the end result is the skin gets clogged and acne causing bacteria gets trapped in there, and it gets red and inflamed, and for some of us that hurts. Some of us it's a smaller spot, for some of us it's everywhere. But how many of you are going and picking out face wash with salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide as an ingredient and just washing in the shower and then getting upset because you don't see your skin improve and you don't know what else to do or afford? Well, my recommendation would be like, fuck that shit. They tell you on the back, like, oh, apply in the shower and let sit for 30 seconds. Well, that's bullshit. How much do you think is effective? If you have bacteria clogging your fucking pores, like what's that 30 seconds going to do? If you go and get surgery and they know that you have bacteria all over your skin, they rub you in iodine and they don't just let it sit there for 30 seconds and then take it off. Like, what makes you think? Now I'm just getting pissed and I'm ranting. My point being, get something that sits on your skin and can sit there longer, whether it's like a lotion, a toner, a cream. Anything that sits on your skin longer is going to work better. Get just a gentle, non-comedogenic face wash, meaning non-pore clogging face wash for the shower. Make it gentle, and get something that you can apply topically to sit all day. Like I said, a toner, whatever. Because the longer that shit sits on your skin, the more it's gonna have time to work. And I personally give my skincare products like 4 weeks, like a period cycle, because my acne is very dependent on my cycle, as most women I'm sure can relate. But ultimately, get shit that sits on your fucking skin for more than 30 seconds and skip those active ingredients for your face wash and hydrate with lotion after, and look for things like oil-free, won't clog pores, sensitive skin, hyperallergenic. Those are keywords, and you really honestly don't need to like wash your face every day. Don't scrub it. None of that shit really matters. Your skin should be treated gently, and if you feel like every once in a while you need to like buff it with an exfoliant, just get something very gentle and mild and hit that maybe every few weeks. But I've been finding that lower percentages of those ingredients like salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, are way better. They're not creating that dry, patchy skin that ultimately also leads to clogged pores and more acne. So hydrate, 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 and pick acne treatments that sit on your skin for longer than 30 seconds. Aim for things that sit there all day. My low budget scene change is the same scene, different lighting. Nightfall came and I was using the sun. So probably a little bit of a different angle, but seamless transitions aren't necessary for quality information. Anyway, I wanted to go ahead and show you the products that I've been using, and hopefully that will help clarify some of the points that I made and maybe give you a direction to go if you want to revamp your personal hygiene products. So I have been using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. I mumble, I know what people mean now. I have been using the Hydro Boost Hydrating Cleansing Gel from Neutrogena. This is what I mean by a gentle cleanser in the shower. This does okay at getting most of my makeup off, but not really waterproof. I would still use something if you have waterproof makeup, or if you lay that shit on thick. This probably won't strip it, but for me, I hate waterproof makeup, so this takes mine off really, really quickly, and I don't get any of those raccoon eyes, none of that residue after. I have been known to double wash in the shower because, and I don't even know if there's any science to this, but I feel like the first lather just kind of gets some of the shit that's sitting on your skin off, and then going in a second time, I feel like that's when you're actually cleaning your skin. So I just do like a double wash in the shower every morning. But I really like this. It doesn't take any of your natural oils off to the point where you feel like dry and tight. I don't like that feeling, and that feeling is bad, but this really is nice. No breakouts or anything. It has the hyaluronic acid, which, look it up, it's got some cool shit that it does. Now, I have been using the, go into focus, Hello Hydration Face Cream by e.l.f. Now, e.l.f. has really stepped up their game with a lot of their products. Some of them are still a bit wishy-washy, but I have been pleasantly surprised and pleased with their skincare products. This has the hyaluronic acid as well, and peptide complex. Basically, it's like fancy words for like kind of natural, like your own skin oil. Won't make you break out, makes you feel hydrated. Bunch of words I'm probably mispronouncing, but they do cool shit, and that's the point, right? Now, I usually go over after this with my acne spot treatment. Now, the different ingredients, like, so when I say different ingredients, I mean the active ingredients for acne. The two major ones are benzoyl peroxide and salicylic acid. Each one treats a different type of acne, so make sure you know what type of acne you're dealing with in order to pick the right active ingredient. Now, for me, I tend to get more cystic acne around the time of my period. It's so much fun. I love that. So what I do is hydrate first, because I was using 10% benzoyl peroxide per doctor's instructions, and it burned the shit out of me, and it like felt chapped and chafed and raw, and it was so dry, and that dry, flaky skin just clogs those pores and creates a bigger fucking problem. It's like an environment for bullshit. So I went and got the Target 2.5% benzoyl peroxide, and I prefer to use it over my face lotion. And I just really treat those spots where I know I break out the most hormonal, so it's like definitely my chin line. And I up my game with this around my period, but I don't necessarily use it every day. The only thing I recommend with this is it probably is better to use to sit at night. I don't love how this goes under my makeup, but I don't wear makeup every day either, so I will generally put some on at night and some in the morning, unless I'm wearing makeup. Another seamless transition because I said awkward shit. Stuttered, probably. So normally I'm lazy and I don't really feel like I need to wash my face every morning and every night, especially when it was like cut up from dryness and windburn or whatever it was. It hurt to wash it every day. Water even stung. But I really like this Garnier Micellar. Probably fucking saying that wrong. This one with the rose water. It removes makeup okay. Again, I wouldn't say that it does a stellar job at waterproof. It doesn't even claim anywhere, I don't think, that it would. But this was a godsend because if I felt like I needed a second wash, it helped get all of that off without leaving anything like burny, stinging, or dry on my face, and would not clog my pores. And I really was concerned because my skin was scabbing. I was concerned that I was going to scar and create like worse problems for myself, so I tried to stay hydrated as much as possible, and ultimately this really helped without making me feel like my skin couldn't breathe. It does feel a little bit slick and oily, but it's nothing I'm terribly concerned about. At first it didn't feel slick and oily because my skin was so dry, so you might want to put lotion on after this or not. That's depends on your skin and what you feel, but again, I'll generally use this at night and then put this on my problem spots after. And another ingredient that I found, so as a female, I don't know if you other women are aware, but hormone levels fluctuating throughout your cycle can lead to more oil production. And I find that at certain points, I am like the world's most oily person. And I know now that is a hormonal change in my skin. So I try to combat that the best that I can without washing constantly. So what I picked up was the e.l.f. Again, they stepped up their game, you guys. Oil control liquid lotion with tea tree oil. And tea tree oil is nice because it has like some antibacterial or antiseptic properties, so it does help with bacterial control on your skin, and it helps with controlling oil. You're not going to be matte with this, but it does make you sit a little bit more dry looking with less reflection and shine, and it smells nice and it won't clog your pores. But those are things I have been using. I found that salicylic acid was not the active ingredient I needed, but if you have more like whiteheads and blackheads, then salicylic acid might be something that you personally want to use instead of my benzoyl peroxide. But again, educate yourself on your type of acne and then pick accordingly. And I'm hammering that point in. Pick the ingredient, the active ingredient for your type of acne. Make it something that sits on your skin, and don't put it in your face wash or your face lotion as well. Pick one. Do it. Done.